Barakathah Yahweh, Barakathah Yahweh Shah, Barakathah Yahweh, Barakathah Yahweh Shah, Barakathah Yahweh, Barakathah Yahweh Shah. All praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone, and a sincere shalom to the Akim out here that's pushing this truth and sincerity. I'm going in on this video. Basically, I'm sick of the 2/3 sitting up here keep bucking up against the Bible, man. They keep saying things, basically saying about the Bible. They talk about the Bible as the white man's book, and basically that's how we got enslaved due to the Bible. And they just pretty much buck up against the Bible, talking foolishness, man. Especially about this topic of slavery, you know. And basically, a lot of people don't understand. They get caught up in slavery when they look at Amistad or Roots and things of that nature. But they also don't realize that in ancient times, when it was wars and things of that nature, when two nations or pretty much two countries fought against each other, one group had to win and one group had to lose. And the loser, 9 times out of 10, they end up killing off the whole group of men, because some of them just gave up because they know they ain't have a win. And when they did that, they became basically slaves or whatever, because they gave up, you know. But Israel, the things that those Arabs did to Israel, the Arabs, and along with the East African those heathens, them heathen nations, what they did to the slaves, which so-called had to do with the slavery in America, it was off, you know. Because is in the scriptures, it proves that slaves Hebrew slaves only supposed to be slaves / servants, only supposed to be a slave for 6 years, I believe, 6 years, and released on the 7th year. I mean, that's proven in the scriptures. But before I get into the scriptures, I'm looking up the word. I'm gonna look up the word slave first. No, I guess I'll go with servant first, even though it's the same meaning. Bear with me 1 second. Servant. Salaki. Okay. All right. I'm reading out of the Zondervan's dictionary, because us a great millstone, we don't go on our own understanding, but I'm gonna read from this Zondervan's Bible dictionary. Definition of servant: servant, used of slave, wage servant, Israelites, acquired slaves through the purchase. I mean, then it goes in. It says scripture, Leviticus 25 and 44 through 45, in war. So I mean, that goes without saying. I just mentioned that about war. You know how people become slaves in war. It also goes on to say Israelites could become slaves through poverty, theft, and birth. And I'm gonna go into the I'm gonna go into the word slave. Salakia. Okay, I got it. Slave, slavery. In parentheses, bond slave, servant. While the Hebrew and the Greek words are very common in the Bible, the English word slave is found but twice. And the word slavery does not occur at all in the King James Bible because both the Hebrew and the Greek words were involved are more often rendered servants. Basically, it's saying, people that were servants wasn't called slaves. Slavery was pretty much brought about with those wicked ass Edomites, wicked ass Edomites, the devils. That's what we call devils, meaning deceivers. That's what they did to Israel. Basically, they used the scriptures. They used the scriptures against Israel and turned them against them. I'm gonna go into the scripture that states about slavery. I believe is in Exodus. It's Exodus 21. This is Exodus 21. I'm starting at verse 1. Now these are the judgments which thou shalt set before them. And that's talking about the Israelites. If thou buy a Hebrew servant, 6 years he shall serve, meaning he should serve 6 years as a slave. Basically, it's like a little prison sentence. 6 years he shall serve, and in the 7th he shall go out free for nothing. And those goddamn Edomites over here, man, them goddamn wicked ass devils, they was taking Jake, bringing him over here, having him work, and they was being unjust with what they was doing. Jake was born into slavery, and they served 4-time sentences being slaves. And even the ones that was took from over West Africa and over Haiti and all that, man, they set up there and they were slaves for the rest of their life, man. That ain't just, man. That's why we say the white man the goddamn devil, because it specifically states that a Hebrew servant, if thou buy a Hebrew servant, 6 years he shall serve, and the 7th he should go out free for nothing. Continuing on, if he came in by himself, he should go out by himself, meaning if he came into slavery by himself, he should leave out of slavery by himself. If he were married, then his wife should go out with him, meaning if he was married, coming in, like basically if they both were put into slavery together, that 7th year they leave together. But history tells us that the goddamn devil, they was when they was taking those people taking these Israelites into slavery, they was selling families off. Some people never got to see their family again, and again, that was off. On top of them not letting them serve they 6 years, and in the 7th year letting them go, they was setting up there, send the husband to Georgia, the wife to Virginia, and on top of that, even if they were letting them still keeping them together, the goddamn slave master and the overseer had sex with was committing adultery with Jake wives. I mean Israel, the Israelites' wives. I mean it's off, man. See, It's just like what Esau say, man. If you want to keep something from a nigga, man, you put it in a book. But I mean, we all know the Bible is not for everybody. I mean, Yahweh Shah chosen people are the Jews, and the Hebrew Israelites are the real Jews, man. Not those Jews over in Israel, the Jewish so-called people that's in Israel right now. That's our land, and we gonna get it back. But you know, it's saying in the scriptures. I mean, not to be slightly paraphrasing, it say Jake Stiffneck, man, and if you bring these points out, man, Jake still ain't gonna believe it because it ain't for them, man. But I ain't gonna keep babbling on. Hopefully this video was edifying. Shalom.